Hello everyone, good morning. It's cold here, but I'll be fine. I'm going to share a bit of my personal experience with you. In fact, my project starts with my own experience. I'm a PhD student who study urban planning and data analysis, so I used to go home around 12 and 1 a.m. while I was working on my master's thesis last year. And my family and friends told me that I should stay not that late because it is too dangerous for me, for women. I thought it was not fair because my male colleagues, my friends, never heard of anything like that. I pay a lot of tax. I pay taxes just as much as them, but I don't get as much public security as they do. So I came up with this project, open source mapping for creating our safety map. My project is about sharing experiences of women who feel sometimes unsafe while walking alone, to mark their tracks on a map where they felt unsafe. I'm going to create a safety map of our own. Korean government does not provide location data of sex crime. Our government does not release detailed criminal data to prevent land prices from falling. But I think our life matters more than land price. So my project's goal is to generate the data that shows a place where we feel fear. In these 4 days, I tried to discuss with others about my idea as much as possible, rather than organizing a structure by myself. So let's start with why I want to do this project. There are many different theories and studies on women's fear in the urban area. However, there's very few quantitative studies have done in Korea because there's no data to analyze this field. So I tried to generate it myself. Also, what I want to do is to make a consensus. In Korea, society denies that women are scared that while walking alone at night. If you complain about it, some people say that you're overreacting. But it is because Korean public security is at the highest level in the world. However, regardless of the actual crime rate, our fear does matter. We need more freedom to refer it to the public about our subjective fear. In order to do so, I'll try two different ways. I'm trying to create an online platform for open source mapping to create a safety map by women. First, I want to collect data as much as possible to generate a data set for quantitative analysis. So I need to discuss with the statistician at the design stage and make sure that it is not just a medium for collecting data, but as a means to share experiences through offline meeting. After all, I want to form a consensus about reverse society's overall perception. And how? This is a brief example, sorry for my bad Photoshop skills. Just a few clicks, like click, then you can draw a line on a map, like that, on a pink line there. The pink line along the road, and these are the example for what women should draw. Like these lines are the places where they felt scared. But I have severe concerns about the design here. Aside from a few methodological problems like setting an indicator and visualizing it, there are some great problems Like, first one, how can I deal with malicious intentions that interfere with data collection process? For instance, gender conflicts are serious among Black communities in Korea, like Reddit and 4chan. So there is a possibility that some people want to interrupt this project. So my question is that how can I deal with these problems? And furthermore, asking the user's ID number, I mean social security number, to avoid trolling is not smart because in Korea, like the first 6 digits of ID number means my birth date, and 1 refers to male, 2 refers to female. There's like few problems with this. First of all, there's a privacy issue that it's kind of personal information, and the number let us know only sex, not our gender. I don't want to exclude anyone from this narrative, and it means things get too complicated. Even for me, I'm too lazy to type all these things. So these are my concerns, and then lastly, back to the start point. This is the fundamental reason why I want to carry on this project. The project aims to make sure that our fears are not to be ashamed and make them visible to our government. I want Korean government to recognize the fear we feel and put more effort to deal with it. So, thank you. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening so far.